Attachment is the most powerful expression of samsara as per Vedanta. Now, attachment is the loss of free will, a slave of the world. Love is not attachment. The world today is infested with attachment, which passes off as love. Attachment to me is emotional slavery. Love is being available to the object of love whenever that person requires help. When the pain is mild, you either go to a doctor or take medicines by yourself and avoid going to a doctor. When the pain is intense, you have to go to a doctor for getting a cure. Similarly, Arjuna discovered the problem and wanted a solution. He discovered that he could never solve the problem by himself. He discovered helplessness. In the second chapter, Arjuna rushes to a doctor whose name is Krishna. Lord Krishna was available to him, and that too very near to him. The things we learned so far, we have to convert every action into worship, be it any action that we do. The actions may be walking, eating, or maybe working in the office, etc. Doing one's work with a focused mind and with passion is considered worship. All action must be done cheerfully, unmindful of the result, which could be favorable or unfavorable. Now, failures are an integral part of our life. It is necessary that we have to mentally prepare ourselves to confront failure when it happens. Our mind cannot take failure in life so easily. You have to tell yourself that your job is only to perform up to your capacity. The result will be as per the law of karma. Keep telling yourself, I want success, but I am not afraid to take failure as God's will. Failures will not disturb my mind. A reacting mind cannot learn from life's experiences. Depending upon the world for peace, security, and happiness is a risky proposal. Therefore, I should learn to depend on myself for getting peace, security, and happiness. Let us look at what has been said in modern times. Albert Einstein has a very popular quote: "Energy cannot be created or destroyed. It can only be changed from one form to another." This is the same concept of soul. It can neither be created nor can it be destroyed. It only changes form from one body to another. Hatova prapyasi swargam, jitvava bhukshase mahim, tasmat uttish kaunteya, yuddhaya krit nischayah. Do not let your senses control you. Senses like greed, fear, jealousy, anger, ego, it will destroy you if you let them control you. Rivers are turbulent and carry loads of sediments and impurities. But they settle down when they meet the ocean, their final destination. The human life flows like a river with several emotions, both good and bad, and they drive individuals sometimes to commit certain acts which pains the Atma. Self-realization for an individual is when they understand that their ultimate destination is to be one with God, who resides within their own self, the only place where one can find peace and a sense of calmness. There are two eyes. The first eye is the body, and the second eye is the Atma. Pure consciousness is an abstract entity like light. Light pervades the entire hall and space. One can neither touch it nor cut it. It is intangible and indivisible. Understanding the light concept more and more will probably help you understand the Atma. I realize that I am not the body and I am the Atma, which is eternal. I will understand that I have a temporary body which will be taken by God without giving any notice period. I become the user of the body, but not its owner. Dear listener, all of us are acquainted with intelligence. The most brilliant people in this world deal with intelligence, which is knowledge gained from external agencies like a school or college. You can improve your knowledge further and become more intelligent. The intellect, however, has to be developed by oneself. A teacher can guide you, but you still have to develop it by yourself. It is like developing your muscles. Developing the muscles from where you're born with and what you have developed till now. The way to develop your intellect is not to accept anything for granted. We find that people everywhere take everything for granted. Questioning everything at every step, right from your formative years, will help you develop your intellect. Life is how you relate to the world. It is not the world that disturbs you, but how you relate to it. Otherwise, you will have unreasonable expectations which cause you misery. You will find that success and peace are totally lacking because of the absence of intellect. You will find that there is no intellectual development at all in you. Buddhi is intellect. One should have a sattvic buddhi which enables you to choose the right field of activity. You can choose an activity that goes with your personality. You can differentiate between what is to be done and what is to be avoided. Your intellect gives you direction. It gives you the path of liberation. Beauty is for admiring. Knowledge is for giving. The mind is for thinking. Life is for living. Let us simply enjoy every minute of living our life. Now, living is not a science. We should understand that living is an art, a skill, a technique. You need to learn and practice it as you would play a game or a musical instrument. Let us appreciate this fact and start using our intellect and not fall prey to our emotions. We really hope you enjoyed listening to this chapter. The takeaway points for all of us are: no one is indispensable in this world except the omnipotent, omnipresent God. Self-realization is the ultimate purpose of life. The realization that God resides in me will help me in increasing self-respect and realization that God resides in every person, and that brings love and respect for others. There is a Native American belief that in every person there are two wolves that are fighting with each other. One is black and one is white. The black one represents anger, hate, greed, jealousy. And the white one? He represents joy, love, compassion, and other virtues. Would you like to know which wolf is going to win this fight? It is the one that you feed.